LA, and from New York, nationally syndicated talk show host Lionel. He's the author of the book, Everyone's Crazy Except You and Me. It's a great title. Welcome to both of you, gentlemen. Let's start off. I think you probably heard what Pastor Warren asked about at what point is the baby entitled to human rights. McCain saying at the moment of conception. Obama saying that question, or the answer to that question, above my pay grade. He's catching a little bit of flack for that. So, Lionel, what's your reaction to that statement?
Emesis, I was emetic. I almost gagged over the weekend when I saw this Torquemada, the Inquisition revisited, as both of them were, seeking fealty, pledging fealty to this pastor. I want to remind you of a couple of things. First of all, Article 6, Section 3 of the Constitution says there is no religious test. Number 2, Article 11 of the Treaty of Tripoli in 1797 says that this is a secular country, not based on Christianity in any way. Number 3, I found it most interesting that what John McCain said was his worst moment, his moral nadir, was the end of his first marriage, and I guess the beginning of his second marriage to no less a beer heiress. And number 4, I have one thing to say to my esteemed colleague, Mr. Reagan, don't tear this wall of separation of church and state down.
Mr. Reagan?
That's great just listening to Lionel. First of all, religion's under attack in this country. I know. But, religion's been under attack in this country for a long time. There's no problem with people asking questions about how you feel about abortion. It's an issue that comes up in every campaign. The fact that Barack Obama would say it's above his pay grade. When you're president of the United States, there's nobody above your pay grade. He will be appointing judges who will be making that decision. I'm sure he'll be appointing judges who, in fact, are pro-choice, not pro-life. I thought that John McCain acquitted himself very well in front of this group. He needed to solidify his conservative base. I thought it was a great moment for him. I think it was a lousy moment for Barack Obama over the weekend. This church and state stuff, first of all, Founding Fathers didn't even put it in the Constitution of the United States of America. I'm glad you were able to put it in 1951.
Wait a minute. Thomas Jefferson this, a letter to the Danbury Church,
No,
1803.
Don't play the Thomas Jefferson card, Lionel. Don't play it. He wrote a letter to the Baptist minister.
Lionel, let me make this point. Aside from the church and state argument, I mean, let's get to the grassroots of this. What are voters going to take away from this weekend, and should they be basing their vote on this type of forum?
If you are an evangelical Republican or Democrat, and if this forum meant something to you, great. I don't know what Jewish Americans are going to think, or atheist Americans, or, God forbid, Islamic Americans, Muslims. This was both attempts on both sides, let's be honest, to try to kowtow to this very important contingent. John McCain's got a lot of problems. He is flip-flopped back and forth with these agents
aside from
of
that,
intolerance.
Michael, do you think this was pandering to voters?
Well, listen, elections are about pandering to voters. People are going to pander to the right, pander to the left, pander to the center. That's what it's all about. John McCain was having problems with his conservative base. I thought this weekend he was able to acquit himself very well. If you look at the way he answered the questions, he was direct, he was matter of fact. Barack Obama, on every question, he had more uhs and uhs than he had questions or answers to direct questions put to him by
That's what you got out of it? Michael, seriously, that's all you got out?
Guys, we got to leave it there. I think you can both agree that...
Barack Obama was trying to make people happy. John McCain was doing the right thing.
Well, Mike, I don't think you saw it. But I love you nonetheless.
Lionel, what we all saw, I think we can at least agree on, is that it was at least nice to see a different type of forum and conversation. And you guys both make excellent points. Michael, Reagan, and Lionel, thank you for joining us this morning.
Ad Maiorem Dei Gloriam.
Kieran.